Hello everyone, welcome back to another X and Y Daily. My name is NBZ as per usual, and today we're going to be covering the other fossil Pokemon, which we know some things about. There's of course Amaura. Amaura sounds like love, looks like it too. Let's take a look, shall we? Of course, here she is, the delight. Absolutely, in terms of aesthetics, the polar opposite to Tyrant, I would say. Just an extremely cute little Pokemon, got the fluttering eyebrows, one might say, and the big, bright, round eyes. Just like Tyrant, I feel that it really kind of encapsulates its name with its aesthetic. Amaura obviously has connotations of love and that kind of thing in many different languages, and so I feel like this cute little dinosaur just like waving its little paw, whatever the hell it is, hoof, its little hoof through the air, little diamond on its side. I think that is definitely a suitable name and for a suitable aesthetic. Also want to talk about what it kind of feels to me as if it's very Dratini Dragonair-esque. It could totally fit into that family somehow, and definitely there may be some connection, I don't know, but apparently it's 100 million years old, so that is perhaps a little problem. Hey, maybe Amaura evolved into Dratini through evolution, lost its legs? No, that doesn't make any sense. But whatever, I feel like it resembles those two, so I guess you can take that if you want, or leave it. It's just my opinion, you know. It's kind of the point of these videos, is giving you my opinion on matters, but whatever. If you don't care, you don't care. Anyway, let's move on to the more interesting details. So, Amaura is actually going to be gained by using the Sail fossil, whereas Tyrant was using the Jaw fossil. It's just the same setup as basically any other entry in the series, where you have the choice of one or the other, and you just get to keep one of them, the other one disappears somehow, or someone else gets a hold of it, or something of that nature. So, Sail fossil is kind of interesting. I'm not quite sure what it's going to indicate. Maybe it indicates something already and I'm overlooking it, but Sail doesn't really scream out to me. Maybe some kind of water thing where it turns into like a Lapras. That's another thing that kind of has a resemblance to, I feel, a little bit at least. But aesthetics aside again, because I've already talked about those, let's talk about its typing. Rock Ice, which defensively is not really good at all. It has a 4 times weakness to fighting, it has a weakness to ground, and it has a weakness to rock as well. Those are 3 pretty, physically powerful offensive types, and it is kind of screwed by all 3 of them. Rather unfortunate, but it does get some nice stabs because rock and ice themselves are good offensive typing, and so it could benefit pretty well from that. It just depends how its stats are distributed. If its stats are distributed so it's more of a defensive type thing, then I don't think it will fare as well as if it's faster and has more, special attack put into it. Though looking at Tyrant, I feel that this thing is going to get the short end of the stick and may unfortunately be resigned to lower tiers because of that rather poor typing. But hey, what do I know? Could be amazing. Regardless, let's move on to its ability, Refrigerate. This is something that we have never seen before. Brand new ability, like Strong Jaw. Yes, Strong Jaw from yesterday with Tyrant. Refrigerate is really interesting because what it essentially does is it takes normal type moves and turns them into ice type moves. And I believe they gain a small power boost, but obviously also you're going to get stab on top of that. So couldn't one imagine that you can take moves like Body Slam, perhaps, make it ice type, and it also gains boost in power, gets stab, and has obviously that paralysis chance, an ice type Body Slam. Sign me up. Guys, I think you know what this means. I think you have realized at this point that what could potentially happen is Amaura could get access to Giga Impact. Do you know? Can you imagine? The hell, the icy hell will rain forth from the sky. The hailstones will come down and the end shall be upon us. Ice type Giga Impact could be a possibility. With stab, with power boost. I feel like that's all I need to say. But there are a lot of good moves. A lot of things like Return especially is a very strong kind of physical attack that you can use. And kind of reliable too, more so than Icicle Crash, which has a tendency to miss. So I feel like Refrigerate is going to be a really awesome ability. The unfortunate thing is that it seems like a very offensive ability, and if this thing turns out to be defensive, then it may not get to use it as kind of regularly as otherwise. But the other thing we really know is its move, and the one move it has access to right now is Aurora Beam, kind of standard ice move. I guess it's special, so that may indicate something to us, but we can't really read too much into it, of course, as usual. But that is pretty much Amaura. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like this Pokemon, certainly one of my favorites out of the new bunch that have been revealed so far, and I'm going to have a hard time choosing between Tyrunt and this guy, because I really like both of them. Tyrunt more from a kind of competitive standpoint, and Amaura from a design standpoint, and both have, you know, fantastic potential, but what they'll eventually turn out to be, I have no idea. But I hope you guys have some ideas about what they'll do. Maybe you'll tell them to me, maybe you'll share them with me in the comments down below. You can leave your comments there, as well as a like if you did enjoy this video. That would be very helpful. You can find me on the social medias, Twitter at LordNBZ, Facebook /LordNBZ, and that is going to be that. Until tomorrow, have an XY day, and I'll see you with another daily.